Hi, so welcome. This is a Forged by Geeks review of Hunting Sasquatch. This is a game we got from the creator just a couple weeks back, and we gave a shot.
So, Hunting Sasquatch is at its heart a competitive game where you're basically trying to accumulate points, but there's no real direct combat between players. So that's really nice. One of the things is that I think we've talked about the fact that we're not very big fans of competitive games overall.
We're almost pure co-op. You can see that in a lot of the games we play on Twitch and YouTube.
And this is a competitive game I can play. Usually, if I see I'm losing, I get bent out of shape, and that's one of the main reasons why I don't like playing competitive games overall. But this game, you don't take it all that seriously. Like, the punishments that you receive are not so negative that you're like, oh man, I just lost my hunter, I lost the game, right? It's more like you're laughing when things go wrong rather than, oh, this is the end of everything, right? So that's one of the things that I really love about it. I mean, and it doesn't take itself very seriously, let's just put it that way.
Yeah, for me, I really love that it feels a lot like one of my favorite games, which is Elder Signs. We've played a ton of Elder Signs in our gaming group. It's one of our games that just keeps coming out over and over and over again. And while we love that game, it can get a little bit of repetitive. It's co-op, it's a lot, even though it has huge decks, it's a lot of the same locations. But you end up doing a lot of coordination, and you start going, oh, well, you should do that, well, you should do that, well, you should do that. This game, it feels a lot like Elder Signs, but with a little bit of a twist for a competitive nature. I feel like it adds something. It actually allows you to, for fans of that type of game, to sit back and go, oh, don't do that. You don't want the other people to do the things. And you get to have that little bit of extra enjoyment out of it. One other thing I really love is it was pitched to us as a game that was about a 30-minute game session. For 2 players, we actually completed a game, I think, in about 10 minutes. It goes really fast for a game that is a little bit more complicated, which I find highly unusual, but welcome.
Yeah, and I mean, this can support 5 players, I think.
Yeah.
And it might take 30 minutes, maybe a little longer if you actually maxed it out to 5 players. But it's a fast game. One of the things about Elder Sign that you were talking about, turns are complicated. On this one, it's like, I don't like anything that's out on the board. I'm going to just draw a location. Let's see what happens. Oh, I died. It's like...
But you advance the game even when you die.
Yeah, I know.
Which is a nice thing. You feel like one of the strategies I could see is intentionally trying to kill yourself to hit the maximum number of hunters dead, so you end the game since you're already currently winning in victory points.
I think I may have done that in one of the sessions, actually.
Yeah, I believe you did on her Twitch session.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so... negatives? There are a couple. It is a little bit more random than sometimes I necessarily appreciate in games. The dice, there's each side has a different icon, whereas Elder Sign, there's with the duplication of the clue tokens, so you can combine them and build them up to solve some locations, I find kind of nice. Whereas this, there really isn't that opportunity with everything being different. You don't have that little bit of flexibility to build stuff up and work towards it. There's lacking some of the more complex elements, which I do like from Elder Signs, like being able to store up dice and use them in the future and things like that. But I'm not sure that entirely takes away from this game. I could see some options for maybe expansions there, funny enough, but the core game feels really solid, and it feels really well thought out.
Yeah, I feel like some of the strategy concerns are alleviated by the way that you can use anti-tokens. They either may screw you, or if you use them wisely, you can actually get, good use out of them. They can save your butt. So that's kind of nice. The one thing I'd say that I don't really like is, even on some of the stuff that I think is final art, it's not really my kind of a thing overall.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It delivers exactly what it needs to. It's just A little meh.
Yeah, I do like the characterization. So, for example, if you look down at the hunter cards here, it may be a little hard to see on our stream, but you have the conspiracy theorists, the Canadian mountaineers, the goat herders, the FBI agents, the big game hunters, the magicians. We had goth girls. We had all kinds.
Sorority girls.
Oh yeah,
that
those
was pretty
two.
funny.
Yeah, the characters. It's really entertaining. It's really humorful. And we had a couple good laughs about drawing a few of them. The locations are also interesting. The art style isn't necessarily what I look for from art in a game, but their art is consistent,
Yeah.
which beats a lot of games that we've played.
True.
It's consistent, and honestly, you can see the box art right there. If you dig in, it's actually pretty funny. You've got a Sasquatch who's hunting the hunters, and there's a whole bunch of other random stuff going on. And I appreciate that they have a consistency and a humor to it. Also, while some of this art isn't final yet, they obviously are showing usability, which is something I really appreciate in games. That's one of the things that, for example, makes Kingdom Death Monster, makes Power Grid, makes a lot of games some of my favorites, is they really thought out the usability side. And here you can see, for example, if you look at one of these cards, it's very clear where to put your tokens. It's very clear, and it's very big fonts for stuff like your victory points and the iconography. And from our own personal experience with our game group, we have people who are colorblind. We have people who are lacking in normal vision capacity. And having larger fonts, having larger icons, having stuff very well placed on the cards and separated and organized is highly appreciated.
Yeah, I think honestly, one of the things that I also like about this game is that I feel like you can tell stories with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we didn't really do that. Maybe we should do that during the session video.
Yeah.
But like, you know, oh yeah, so the conspiracy theorists stumble into Area 51 and have an accident involving 2 guns, which results in their death.
Yeah, you could do something like that.
Yeah.
Now, from my perspective, so, you know, if I saw this game in the store, I probably wouldn't have picked it up, honestly speaking. But having played the game, I want a copy of this for my game group. It's a quick play. It's something that already fits in with games that we already obviously like and appreciate, and it's just fun.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, when it comes down to it, yeah, this is a game that I think I'd like to pull out a couple times and give a shot. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I don't think I ever would have bought this if it was in the store. I mean, if it was sold, maybe I would. Like, if it was sold to me as kind of like Elder Sign, I might have still been put off by the competitive. But yeah, I want to pull this out again. I want to play it again. Like, it's actually just kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to mail the copy back to the guy. But I think he'll kill me if I don't do that. So hopefully this review was helpful to you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us directly either on Twitter, on Facebook, or on our YouTube page. We're more than happy to help answer any questions you have, and we appreciate you taking the time to watch.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.